Hi everyone, you're looking at a daily chart of the S&P futures going back to just before. This is where Trump got elected and off to the races, and this was just before. As you can see, and what you've been told day after day since the election, is look to the left to right, and draw your trend lines. Let me show you. And they do something like this. They draw a trend line and they color it green. And they tell you as long as the trend line is headed up, left to right, you can't lose any money. There's only one problem with this trend line. There's another trend line on this chart, and let me show you it. It flows, excuse me, we'll go grab that trend line again. It flows from here downward. In this trend line reflects what is known as the McClellan oscillator, and we will color this line red since it is actually going the other way. You see, folks, somebody, as the market rises, is distributing stocks to the masses. Now, I know they've been told that everyone is a genius up here, that everyone is calculating President Trump's infrastructure spending. Don't you think that they knew what that was back here? You see, on the night of the election, the futures were puking out. Somebody came in before you got up the next morning and using other people's money, namely at Goldman Sachs, and bid the market up and have continued this honeymoon period. Now you would say, who in your right mind at Goldman Sachs would do that? Well, look no further than your new Secretary of the Treasury, who came from Goldman Sachs, Mnuchin. Look no further than the top economic advisor to Trump, Cohn. That's what you have, folks. You have distribution up at the highs. Now, if you're new to this game, I want to give you some perspective because this has happened a whole bunch before. And let me back this up. You see, this is just the latest Rampalooza. Here was another one right here. Here was another one where they're using other people's money to suck you into this game. Folks, these markets are like Lake Okechobee in Florida. They are miles and miles and miles wide, but they are just one tweet deep. Don't get sucked in. It's not real. These are managed, rigged markets. Yes, we play in them. Yes, we trade them day in and day out. But we don't kid ourselves. Just like a fly fisherman, we know we're fishing in a trout pond. This isn't some wild river in Montana. This is managed markets. Good luck. Be careful. And if you want to follow us, feel free to check us out at stockmarketcaddy.com.